Peabody here.
Where are we going this time, Mr. Peabody?
Vienna, Austria, where we'll meet that brilliant composer and virtuoso, Ludwig von Beethoven. Adjusting the Wayback Machine to the year 1799, Sherman and I were quickly on our way. In no time at all, we found ourselves in a small studio where Mr. Beethoven was hard at work. But instead of composing music, he seemed to be cooking something. May I ask, sir, just what it is you're doing?
I'm baking a cake. Would you please pass the salt?
I didn't know you could cook, Mr. Beethoven.
I can't, but I'm learning. I'm going to become famous as the greatest cook in the world. Would you pass the pepper, please?
Pepper? Golly, he'll never become a great cook if he puts pepper in a cake, Mr. Peabody.
Sir, why are you cooking instead of composing?
Because I can't think of anything to compose. That's why. I've been sitting here for months and I can't get an inspiration. Work, but nothing happens. So I forget the whole thing. I become a cook. Where's the mustard?
We can't let him do this, Mr. Peabody. Think what the world would be missing.
I am thinking, Sherman, and I have a thought. Mr. Beethoven, if you would place yourself in the environment of the theme on which you are working, perhaps you might create the mood needed for inspiration.
Oh, you mean like if I am composing a symphony about the ocean, that I should go down to the ocean?
Exactly.
Well, that's a good idea.
And so saying, Beethoven grabbed his pen and paper and excitedly dashed from the room.
Good work, Mr. Peabody. As usual, you solved the problem.
I'm not too sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, supposing Beethoven wanted to be inspired for his 5th symphony.
Gee, that's right. Where would he go?
There is only one place, and if it's where I'm thinking, come, Sherman, we must hurry. We quickly dashed through town to one of the city's busiest corners, and there, just as I had feared, sat Ludwig von Beethoven in the middle of the street, corner of 5th and Main.
Mr. Peabody, he'll get killed out there. We've got to save him.
Fortunately, at that moment, a signal changed, stopping the traffic long enough for us to race into the street and hustle Mr. Beethoven to safety, just in the nick of time, I might add.
Phew, that was a close one. Are you all right, Mr. Beethoven?
Oh, I'm better than all right. Look, it worked. Being at 5th and Main inspired me to write my 5th symphony. Now I'm going to go and get an inspiration for my 4th symphony.
Where's he going?
But unfortunately, today is the 4th of July.
You don't suppose.
I not only suppose, I am quite certain, quickly, Sherman, there's not a second to lose. We immediately rushed to the local fairgrounds where they were holding a huge 4th of July fireworks celebration.
There he is, Mr. Peabody, right in the middle of everything.
It reminded me very much of the Battle of Bunker Hill as Sherman and I darted onto the field amid the din of exploding rockets, flashing firecrackers, and fountains of fire. Fortunately, we managed to reach Mr. Beethoven and beat a hasty retreat over the back fence.
Say, this inspiration stuff is a wonderful thing, gentlemen. It works every time. Now I'm going to use this to help me write my greatest composition.
Hey, he's got one of the rockets from the fireworks display. What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to the moon so I can write my Moonlight Sonata. What else?
Oh, no!
Grab him, Sherman! But before we could get close to him, Mr. Beethoven lit the rocket and roared up into the sky. Needless to say, he didn't quite make it to the moon.
Whew, I made it. Say now, you aren't going to believe this, but you know there's 2 fellas back on Earth. They look just like you 2 gentlemen.
I hate to say this, Ludwig, but this is the Earth, and we are those 2 fellows.
You mean I didn't make it to the moon?
Hardly.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't think I could stand another trip like that.
Oh, you won't have to, sir. I'm sure I can inspire you to write your Moonlight Sonata without your going to the moon.
You can? How?
Well, what do you think of when you think of the moon?
Well, everybody says the moon is made of cheese, so I think of cheese.
Good, good. That will do the trick. By simply surrounding the great master with cheeses, he was able to compose the beautiful Moonlight Sonata.
I'll bet that made him happy.
Oh, yes. So delighted, in fact, that he even named his first son after the cheese.
A cheese, Mr. Peabody?
Why, yes, he called him Kranz Beethoven. Naturally, he later on became an orchestra conductor known as, can I say it, Lieder Kranz.
Bullwinkle will be back after these messages.